Cambian's pig roast, we light the fire. Bring your hungry soul and lift you higher. Piggy on the spit, turning slow and right. Then heads come around every Friday night. Cambian's pig roast, come and get your fill. Best in town, we guarantee the thrill. Juicy cuts and flavors you'll adore. Heads love it, they keep coming back for more. From the crispy skin to the tender bite, Cambian's pig roast makes your evening bright. Hot and sizzling every single piece. Then heads gather round, taste the feast. Cambian's pig roast, come and get your fill. Best in town, we guarantee the thrill. Juicy cuts and flavors you'll adore. Big heads love it, they keep coming back for more. From battle for and bring your smile. Stay a while, let's eat in style. Join the fun and taste the magic. Then heads know this feast's fantastic. Cambian's pig roast, come and get your fill. Best in town, we guarantee the thrill. Juicy cuts and flavors you'll adore. And heads love it, they keep coming back for more. And bring your smile. Stay a while, let's eat in style. Join the fun and taste the magic. Then heads know this feast's fantastic. Cambian's pig roast, come and get your fill. Best in town, we guarantee the thrill. Juicy cuts and flavors you'll adore. And heads love it, they keep coming back for more.
Begging on my birthday, why do I even try? Begging on my birthday, scamming debts with no lives. Begging on my birthday, this is what I've come to. Begging like a crackhead, it's all that I can do. Crying on my birthday, the detractors know why. Crying on my birthday, I'm begging to get by. Crying on my birthday, the detractors know why. Crying on my birthday, I'm begging to survive. Begging on my birthday, nothing better to do. Begging on my birthday, I've got nothing, nothing new. Begging on my birthday, pathetic, it's true. Begging on my birthday, it's all I can do. Crying on my birthday, the detractors know why. Crying on my birthday, I'm begging to get by. Crying on my birthday, the detractors know why. Crying on my birthday, I'm begging to survive. The detractors know why. Crying on my birthday, I'm begging to get by. Crying on my birthday, the detractors know why. crying on my birthday. I'm begging to survive.
No. What an ass!
He's a bum!
Do you know how hard?
He's an ungrateful beggar bum!
Do you know how hard it was for me to hold it in every time he said, hey! And I thought we were being obvious. Eh?
Yeah.
I thought we were being like as obvious as possible.
No, I mean we were like literally trying to get rid of him. It's like when you like throw it. What's that scene where they throw the rocks at the dog and old Geller to make him go away?
Yes.
Or some shit like this. It's like go. We don't want you here for a fucking.
In the heart of the city where the shadows dance stands the Kino Casino, a house of chance where PPPP and Andy with a watchful eye oversee the games where fortunes rise or die. The jokers are wild, the deer that's cold as stone as the night goes on and the stories are told. Desperate souls with dreams in their hands game all their lives in this dangerous land. Felted tables where the losers cry, clinking glasses, card flicks, and winners' battle cries. In the Kino Casino, under flickering lights, the games of chance never cease day or night. Felted tables where the losers cry, clinking glasses, card flicks, and winners' battle cries. In the Kino Casino, under flickering lights, the games of chance never cease day or night.
My wife is an angel. My wife is my saving grace. My wife is the reason why I'm so happy. And now, of course, I'm getting emotional, but did you see how angry I was? Before I met Kat, you saw how angry I was, right? I am. Kat is the reason why I'm not angry anymore. I'm happy.
Oh, I was muted. Oh, sorry. Oh, well, thank you. Somebody letting me know. RP, muted you boomer. Yes, thank you. I haven't done that in quite a while. This new software auto mutes you when you play a bumper, and then you have to unmute yourself to speak. So I was saying, DarkSidePhil is missing. Missing in action for 2 whole days. Day 2 of no DSP streams. What do you think is going on? Let's wildly speculate. Cat left is in the top spot with 37%. Interesting that so many people think that his wife left him. Bird or other animal died 7%. His mother died 36%. Internet outage 20%. Some online sleuths have figured out, and thank you, by the way, RP, much appreciated for the save. I don't even have my phone on me. Normally somebody will call me and say, hey, dummy. I haven't done that in quite a while, but thank you, RP. I appreciate RP had to spend $2 so that we could have audio. Maybe I'll mute it again unless I get some more super chats, RP, right? So some internet sleuths have figured out that he was having his scheduled internet maintenance right where he lives for a day, but it's back on now. So people are kind of ruling that out. It can't just be the internet is out. So let me know what you think in the live chat or in the comments. Did his wife finally get pissed off and leave him? Did a bird die? One of his parents die? Internet outage? Or maybe he got got sick from too much gin, or I don't know. I don't know. Spooky says the one time he needed his phone on him. Yeah, I'm terrible at that kind of shit. I had a hell of a day, Spooky. I was doing some paperwork today, important paperwork, and had to go to the notary to get something notarized and all kinds of stuff. But unlike David Wilcock, I'm closing a deal this week, and money's changing hands, and the deal will be done. Actually, technically, I signed the papers today, so the deal is done. I just have to send off the paperwork to the lawyer, and then the deal is done. I'll have more. I'll be sharing more about that later in the week. I don't want to jinx anything. Well, actually, I don't think I could jinx anything. Like, the papers are signed. I'm sending off some stuff, and we'll have an important announcement about that hideaway cabin property. If you're a YouTube channel member, you can go and look at the members section. I bought a little plot of land in the Poconos and started building a little cabin on it, and that was a little dream of mine. But now that dream has become much, much, much bigger, and I'll share the details in a members video. Actually, I have a video that I made of the project and what's going on, and I will be. Yeah, Spooky says it's awesome. Hey, listen, everybody needs their own cult compound. Okay, come on, Spooky. So I'll have more details. I'll be uploading a member-only video which explains what's going on. So I just think it's funny, like David Wilcock's always talking about these big deals he's getting and big deals he's making, and then nothing ever happens. And like I always say, that's not how business works. You negotiate the terms of the deal, money changes hands, and the deal is done, unlike David Wilcock. Sam Gonzalez is here with a weird 743, very specific. Maybe he's going through the transition, if you know what I mean. Dude, he's an ugly dude, but he would make an even uglier woman, right? So let's hope not, Sam Gonzalez. I remember one time he dressed in drag. I don't think that went very well, right? But I don't know if that's a compliment that this guy can't pull off drag. Does that mean he's too manly? I don't know. All right, so we're gonna get to the clips. I really enjoyed. I'm still catching up, but I really enjoyed Kino Casino. They just came back from their couple-week break, and what is so funny is that DarkSidePhil was seething and busting busting on them for the whole time, knowing that they're on vacation, they can't respond or they won't respond. But they came out and they came back and they just fucked them. And this is from Duty Streams. Make sure you subscribe to him over there. Duty's funny. He posted earlier like him pushing DSP with a stick saying do something. Because I guess 2 days, if your whole channel is DarkSidePhil and DarkSidePhil doesn't do anything for 2 days, I guess, you know, I guess that's a problem, right? Let's back it up here. And I love the 4th of, even though these guys are Canadian, they pulled out all the stops for the 4th of July. Well, let me make that bigger there.
Up on DarkSidePhil. So we have a collection of 12 clips here.
Wow.
That are some of the best moments of Phil. So here we have our first clip. We're checking and we're seeing how he's doing. This first clip here of Phil is just him seething about me. He's just not happy. The moment, by the way,
He's so
the
pissed
moment
off.
we went on vacation, Phil just kept seething about us.
Yep.
Like he would continuously keep bringing us up because he knew that we weren't able to respond.
Oh,
And
what a
he attempted
loser.
to completely revise history and re-explain the King Snake narrative.
He's
to
trying
make
to
himself
starve
sound
out
cool.
the
But here
detractors
he
and
is here. I'm
restreamers.
gonna
Yeah,
be
that
real.
2 days isn't
This
enough.
clip, Phil
2
makes
months,
me sound
maybe.
so fucking cool, and himself sounds so pathetic. I have no idea what he was thinking with this, other than just like bitter jealousy and
Bitter. He
Let's
is
have
a
look.
bitter,
Okay.
jealous little
Sorry,
man.
Jade Rasumin for a sub. Thank you so much. And Dumb
Got
Stream
Dumb
Viewer.
Stream Viewer for 2 subs.
Thank you so much. Wait,
Look at him. By the way, just look at how miserable he is. Like, zoom into
I
his
love this.
eyes. Like those
Look
are
at-
the eyes
look
of a
at him.
guy who's
Look at
under
him.
a lot of strain.
He is not
He's
a
just
happy
totally
guy. Look at
miserable,
him.
hates his life, hates everything going on that he's doing. And he eventually just snaps and lashes out. And as we'll see, he's under so much strain. Eventually, he just can't take it anymore.
okay.
And he
Thank you,
breaks
Sam
down and
Gonzalez.
cries.
I appreciate that.
And I have my own theory
From your
as
gift
to
card
why
to
he
my
broke
pocket.
down and cried
Thank you
about
very
the
much.
bird. But we'll get there once we get there.
Praise the cash.
Let's have a look here, though, at this clip of Phil seething about me and the casino.
All right.
He can't stand that they go on vacations a lot.
It was just hilarious. You could tell that they just like constantly quote this guy. Like they're just fucking infatuated with it. They watch every
Look at
stream.
him.
About you.
They listen to every quote
Yeah.
about me.
He
They
goes,
got-
they're infatuated with him. They quote him endlessly. They watch every stream. Thanks, Phil. You're making me sound real cool, bud.
You sound
Oh
amazing.
man,
Read
he's
it in the
so
chat.
mad.
But does it
By the
He's
way,
so mad
you
because
know,
they're on
that's exactly the
vacation.
thing, Phil. You
Because
know
they can
who
afford
else
a
does that?
vacation.
You.
Yeah.
You took Felted. You fucking ran it into the ground. All of my mannerisms, the way I ask for support, you copy it so badly.
Yeah,
and you
he's
know,
like
I
a
have to
bad
clip it. You know,
copy.
today, Phil finally admitted that he's not me. He admitted that he can't do what I do.
No.
It's just a really sad moment for Phil.
Wow. What a
He
sad
was,
day.
He's just now
he was
realizing
seething
this?
and he tried to do it in this backhanded way where he's like, oh, he does, da, da, da. But, you know, it was just him admitting that he ain't me. He ain't him. You
That's
ain't
what's for
him,
dinner,
Phil.
Arby's.
Capital J says he talked about us 10 times tonight.
Oh, it was crazy. And that was just what I was able to see in the few minutes I was able to tune into him.
Yeah. Well,
I don't
yeah,
even know
Brandy.
what PPP
It could
says
be
about me
tough.
because I don't watch their show and I don't listen to the tracker content.
Yeah,
but
I
they,
bet.
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure,
sure, Jan, sure. We all know that you're obsessed with the detractors and everything that they say because your content revolves around them and seething about them. There's not a day that goes by where Phil's not seething about
He
the detractors.
stays
It just doesn't
inside
happen.
all day, every day.
Every stream
Yeah.
he's seething about detractors, whether it be Duty
He's right
or
outside of Seattle,
me
right? There's
or,
plenty of
what's
nightlife
his
things
name?
to
It's
do.
Gundam.
Why does he
He's always
stay in his
seething.
house?
Always.
I have to know because they come in and they repeat it every day.
And you think that's gonna make them stop? He goes, and I have to know because PPP's fans come
He
in and
finally
make
took
fun
his
of
wife
me every day.
to the zoo.
And I really wish
Did
they'd
he drop
stop
her
doing-
off
they're
there?
not gonna stop doing that, Phil. I don't know what to tell you.
Did you see, today, he was contemplating throwing out the RTU's last chip.
Yeah, and he tried to beg for $500 for it.
Yeah.
You know, like maybe you're like a loser. You're just repeating this guy all
Oh,
day every
Kill
day.
Station
Grow up.
7 says
That's
he's
you!
You
hated.
guys are fucking
That's
weirdo.
you, Phil.
No one gives a shit about what he has to fucking say about me. That's for sure.
No No, the thing is,
Everyone
Phil,
does.
obvious, but Phil, you just contradicted yourself because all of those people who are coming to tell you the things that I said obviously do care about the things I'm saying about you. Or
Yeah, and that's the interesting part. Nobody cares what Phil has to say, but of course, people care what both Andy and Triple P have to say. And thank you, Chill Station, for kindness, generosity, and support. Much, much appreciated.
Dude, I'm going to make so much money. This is insane.
Ha ha! Bumside Phil, thank you very much. And I will be checking in with the Kick chat. Let me go over there now and do some shout outs. Welcome, Kick.com viewers. Glad to see some people over there. Let me go to the channel here. We'll do some shout outs. Who is in the Kick chat today? Wacky Shucks is over there. Most Tasteless is over there. Scopely CFO is over there. Winter Soldier. Dark Side Drought will end when the goal is met. Ha ha! Yes, it will. Yeah. Wow, duty stream with the sped up casino. I don't know that it's sped up, I don't think.
they wouldn't be coming to your chat to tell you about it.
Exactly.
Oh man,
And
the
our-
lack of self-awareness with him is so funny every single time, man.
Our views also beg to differ,
Yes.
sir.
Yeah, they get real views. Like, I love that Phil is so seething, right? Like, they're getting real views, Phil. Like, have you seen some of the Phil? Why does he even bother reposting the live streams? I guess he likes to edit all the begging out and seething and coping, and then he uploads it, and he's not even getting 1,000 views on some of his live streams. That is fucking pathetic. I've been doing this for 20 years. You can't get 1,000 people to show up.
Like, you know,
Sure, I don't. I mean, if you want to talk about it, go for it. Go talk about it somewhere else. You don't have to talk about it here. You worship the guy like a fucking god or something. The way you just every word he says.
Worship
That's
the
what you
guy
do,
like a
though.
god.
Oh my God, man. They worship him like a god. It's not fair. Why won't they worship me like a god? Okay, so this was insane. Now I've clipped this down substantially, because what Phil does is he goes on an hour-long rant about dark side dabbing, interspliced with seething about us. So Phil talks about his stream
100
isn't
miles
about
east.
drama,
Okay.
and it's really
Well,
chill,
still, I mean, it's
while relitigating a
2-hour ride
drama
away.
about a mod from months ago.
okay.
So dark side dabbing.
Ugh,
By the way,
it's so
like,
hot in
it's
here.
not
My
gonna
glasses
take
are
me
steaming
an hour
up.
to explain this, like it takes Phil. Dark side dabbing was a mod in Phil's chat, and when our audience went over and started making fun of Phil, dark side dabbing didn't ban them, so Phil took away his wrench and seeded them. Okay, that's what happened. Now that took Phil in real time over a half hour to spit out.
Oh my.
But then he
He's
goes
seething
into this
about his
insane,
mod
like,
turning on.
revision
Even his
of the
mods
entire
turned
arc
on.
where he was brilliant and knew the whole time what was going on, but everything that he says contradicts the things that he said in the past in the King's Snake.
Unrecorded
Let's just have a
beg
look here.
segment.
Okay.
Let's go
Yes.
through this.
As you all know, last year, I did a big crossover thing with the Kino Casino.
Is that what he does?
We
He
went
turns
on each
the,
other's
he
content
turns the
several
recording
times.
off
We
when
did
he's
some crossover
begging?
gameplay a couple of times. We talked about each other on each side in a very positive manner. Now, overall, we all kind of knew what was really
Hey,
going
Anna
on.
Louise is here.
I don't think that
No!
either side
Now
actually.
it's a party.
No, Phil, you had no idea what was going on, Phil.
He got
You had
played.
no clue what
He
was
got
going
played
on
like
the
a
entire
fiddle.
time.
He's a lying
Like you were
sack of
actually
shit.
clueless, and you told the audience over and over, "They'll never snake me. They'll never snake me." I'm pretty sure there's a 26
Oh wow, I would go.
compilation
I
of
would go.
Ludwig World Order,
Yes.
where over and over again you explain to
Someday I
the
wanna
audience that we're
see,
your friends,
Jim
we
Morrison's
love
grave
you,
in Paris as
you know,
well.
we'll never snake you. Phil, you had no idea what the fuck was going on, like zero clue
Yeah,
the
no.
entire time.
really like the other side
Angels
that much.
turn on
okay?
God, mods
But
will turn on
now-
Phil.
No,
Yeah, I
Phil,
guess.
Phil,
Is
like,
he insane?
Phil, stop. Phil trying to say that he never liked us. When DarkSidePhil would come to this chat, and everybody here present knows
Yeah, then
this,
turns
and
the
everybody
YouTube
tracking
stream.
knows,
That's
Phil
so
would come to our
cringe.
show every single night.
So he knows the
and hang
begging
out
is
in
bad,
chat
or he
for
wouldn't cut
hours,
it.
like the most deranged, sycophantical fanboy you've ever seen, who was so desperate
Hugo
for
Eric
just
is
any
here. Welcome.
attention or any crumb of clout from our table that he debased himself constantly. He was
G
a butt of the
McFly
joke.
is
I made
over
fun
in
of
the
him
Kick Live
constantly.
chat.
So did
Shout
you.
out to G
He
McFly.
took it like a
Welcome.
little
Let's
bitch because he
go.
loved us and he worshipped us and he wanted to have sex with you, and he would like flirt with you and talk about your washboard abs. Then
He's
he
so
would take
gay.
on
He wanted to
his
bang
stream
Andy.
all of our catchphrases,
I wonder if he
all of our mannerisms.
your cat.
This guy
but
watched us for probably
I
a
think he's
dozen
he's
hours a week,
catcher.
every week for months, and
He's
he's
a
gonna
bottom bit.
pretend like he never
Definitely a
liked us.
bottom
When
bitch,
in
right?
fact,
I would
also, he
think
was
so.
the one that
Yeah.
reached out and asked to be on our show. And then also, after the fact, like during the whole arc, was
That's
constantly
interesting. Yeah.
begging like a little
Phil.
bitch to be a
Yeah.
part of the show all the time. Even when we didn't even want the motherfucker around, he was so needy.
Please make
and
fun of me.
desperate.
You can make
and
fun of me if you
sympathetic.
want.
Remember, he begged us at certain points. He begged us to make fun of him eating and him eating corn the wrong way. He begged us to
the
bring.
video is 45
My
minutes.
God.
And you, I think you were like, "What part do you want us to watch?" Because we were
Can't
wrapping
lie
up
though.
at
That,
the end, and we're
that
like,
Kino bump is all
Well, he would
like
just
I have
constantly
pride.
make
I
everything
wouldn't beg
about
them
himself,
to be
like
on the
does
show.
all the time.
Jesus, that
And if
bump
anybody
is
did
something
that
else,
to him,
friends.
he would fucking seethe, right? But he believes that he's like a special person because of his narcissism, right? Like the guy actually genuinely begged
the
me. If you read
disappearance
these
is part of the
DMs,
grift.
He begged me to bring him on, and me and Andy just rip into him and tell him like what a loser he is to his face.
When a
shit all
problem
over
comes
him.
around,
That's
you must
how
whip it.
desperate he
Yes.
was to be included and feel like he was in on something and have friends. It was fucking pathetic. Okay, he was a
pathetic.
spineless fucking worm.
Spineless
Where it was
worm.
like with Old Yeller, as I
God
said,
damn.
where you're throwing rocks like, go away. We don't want you. Fuck off. Like, I'm making fun of your wife. I'm calling her fat and disgusting. I'm calling you gay. I'm calling you a scammer, a con artist, a
I love
liar.
when T would call him
And
a
he would just take
scammer.
it all.
He's like, oh,
And
that's
thank you,
part of
sir.
the
Give me
scam,
more.
right, Phil?
And DarkSidePhil throughout this entire arc, every single principle that he ever claimed to have, he wasn't about drama. He was a chill guy.
Yeah, woe is
He
me.
would never debase himself and be a lol cow and be a clown. He sold out all of those things down the river, became a drama monger, became
Absolutely, he
full
did.
of hate or whatever the fuck you want to call it. He became a circus clown for my amusement, getting on the floor, doing push-ups, showing
Remind me
his
not to get
underwear
on
when I
P's
commanded
bad
him,
side.
showing his socks and his feet like he was
I'm
some
not
sort of
showing my
OnlyFans
socks, my
girl.
feet, my
Like,
underwear.
It was embarrassing, and the guy would go bright red, and he would do it anyway. And he did it all for money and for
Yeah, me
clout
too.
and sold his soul
Miss
to the
Mojo
house.
Rising. I
And,
can tell
you
by
know,
the
it's all for naught
tell
now.
by the
You know, he just gets felted fucking
It helped
constantly.
us in the
screen
end.
name, yeah.
It helped us in
Yeah,
the end.
yeah.
Entire
So
time.
that's the
Mr.
reality.
Fart
The
Sniff
girl will try and
World
tell you
says,
that
"Say
he was
my name, I'm
dictating the
back,
shit, pulling the
bitch."
strings, but that was never the case.
Even RTU called him out on him. RTU was like, "That's not true." We
And
were
he
all
claimed
watching.
it was all meaningful and stuff like this. I've got this guy showing his underwear. Like, is this meaningful content? Is this positive
Oh,
content?
Ty Blee was checking that
Like,
place out
I
today,
don't know.
driving a camper
Get a
van.
grip.
That this was going down.
Yeah,
I
cool.
always knew from day one.
You
I
never
was
knew.
not going.
Buddy, you were like, you had a
So-
meltdown.
Listen to this though. This all
He's trying to
contradicts what
rewrite
he's saying
history here.
Contradicts his King Snake stream. So if you remember on the King Snake stream, he said, "I planned from the beginning to
He did it for
find a
money.
misery
So Phil's not a
merchant, to
prostitute
find a
because
drama monger channel and infiltrate it and destroy it from the inside." Like that's what he says. Now compare those statements to what he's saying here, and they both can't be true.
Yeah, exactly.
he's trying to rewrite
be
history,
Cool with Kino Casino.
make himself
I
feel
didn't know
better
if it
for
was going
getting
to be me turning
snaked.
on them or them turning on me or
Listen,
I just knew.
that's him admitting the King Snake stuff is untrue.
Yeah.
Because if the King Snake stuff was true, then you knew going in that you were going to turn on us and snake on us.
Yeah,
when you
he
got what you
didn't know
wanted out of it.
shit.
But this is a revision
He
of
got
history.
played like
what you're
a
saying.
fiddle
This is crazy. Phil.
Why is he talking about this? First of all,
because they're on
That's the thing.
vacation.
He claims that he's not about drama, but he keeps bringing us up over and over
Every
and over
day.
again. Well, it's because it hurt him. Because he thought, "You've got a friend in me.
yeah.
You've got a friend in me. PPP
Thanks for
is
sharing
my
the clips,
daddy.
channel.
Yes, you've got a friend in me." Like that's what he really thought.
Thank
right?
you, otherworldly.
wasn't going to last. So I kind of knew I was working on bided time, but I wanted to make the best of it. All right, and I feel like I did. I feel like we did great content
you
for the 2
did.
months that we were doing shit
No,
together.
you
It
didn't,
all
Phil.
No, buddy.
No, it was pretty much all fucking garbage, and it was all your fault. You added nothing to anything.
We
Wow.
would
The guy-
try.
It was like pulling teeth with the guy. The guy can't perform. He can't entertain. You know, he just can't.
One of the things I noticed when he was on their streams, he was very like he was punching a clock and he just wanted to get it over with. Like he didn't enjoy his time on the casino. And yeah, he added nothing, absolutely nothing to the show.
Yeah.
And it's to the point where he's like below average. Like he's just terrible, man.
Yeah.
He's,
Like,
go-
the guy-
he's
the
gay,
guy
he's old, and he's
follow our
poor.
lead.
That's
Like
correct.
it just should be easy. Just drop a Duncan here and there on Rich or Ralph. We're watching these clips. You have nothing to
Yeah,
contribute.
he's trying to
You're a
retcon the whole
sourpuss
thing.
the entire time. Obviously miserable the entire time. Can't wait until you can clock out.
I agree. He
You just
doesn't have the gray
nothing
matter to
give,
come up with
but
that
you
kind
want
of
to take.
plan.
You want to take
He's-
from our audience,
he's
take
dumb.
donations from us, but you don't want to give anything in return.
Hey, can you stay
And-
later? No.
No.
Why
Yeah,
not?
that's another thing. Yeah.
Why
It's
not?
just sad.
They would ask Phil to stay on the show longer than originally planned, and he always said no. I always said, I'll stay till the show's over. If you want to do 10 hours, I'll sit here we'll do 10 hours, you know? What a fucking joke he is.
It's just sad. Like the guy is just not willing to put in the effort that is necessary.
No, and he wasted the opportunity. Like if Phil would have listened to P and Andy, he would be making 2 or 3 times the money he's making now, and he wouldn't have to beg like a crackhead. People would just give it to him because they had good ideas and they know what an audience wants to see and what is entertaining. And Phil thinks, watch me play video games really badly while I beg you for money.
To be anything other than what he is, which is a lowly punching bag bum for the rest of the internet to shit on. He's just unwilling to put in the effort to change or do anything different. And he's just unwilling to even be told what to do to be successful. If this motherfucker had given me even an iota of actual creative control over his program, I'm not saying I would have been able to actually save his career because that's impossible, but he could have done a lot better and got a lot more out of his arc.
Yeah,
than he
you're
got.
right.
Because I could have been able to get him to do some things that were actually entertaining and that people actually wanted to see. But every step of the way of me trying to drag this guy to being entertaining, he would fight it.
Yep.
You know, you can lead a horse to water,
Fought
but
it
you
every
can't
step
make
of
it
the
drink.
way.
And the guy is just a narcissistical douchebag who's just unwilling to do anything outside of his comfort zone whatsoever.
And someone's saying here he did make a grand sitting and begging today, but you have to remember.
Yeah, he's trying to be an Ed
doesn't
McMahon, right?
He spends it all like that. He makes money, buys 2 switches. Makes money, buys a steering wheel. Makes money, WWE champions.
Yeah,
When
he
made
did
that
have a
big
lot handed to him
dono,
on a
was it
silver
$2 grand?
platter Arctron.
Spent it, remember, it was like down from the Raptors.
On
Hit it down-
WWE Champions, it was gone by that weekend. This is a guy who's 43 years old.
He treats
who
it
can't
like a
fix his
wage
toilet.
slave job, says Scopely CFO.
This is a
in
guy
the
who
Kick
doesn't
Live
have
chat.
the money to fix his toilet.
Yeah, let's get some
or,
subs,
buy a new
says
air
G.
conditioner
McFly.
or put in central air in his home. He has no savings. He has no investments. He's massively in debt. He lives, by the way, guys, he talks about being a homeowner and this and that.
Yeah, he
owns
has
the
a little
central
shitty
unit in a
condo.
It's not even detached, folks.
Yeah, it's like a
It's
row
not
house.
even detached.
It's a shit
Worked out
hole,
fine.
man.
They've gotten what they wanted out of it, right?
I don't
They've
know.
now
Yes,
they've now
we
done a
did.
million specials on me.
Yes.
They had guests. They made tons of money as a result. I got what I
Yes.
wanted out of it. I made a ton of
We
money.
did.
I'm
No.
Lost everything.
No.
Yeah,
'cause
he didn't
that's
make
not
as
a-
much money as they did. No fucking way did he make as much money as they did. I don't know. I got a piece of some of that from that interview in these pig roasts, and let me tell you, it's crazy money. The Kino bump, I mean, crazy money, right? And I remember the one time when Pete came on my show and we did that pig roast crucifixion right after the breakup. I could not believe how much we collected in super chats and gifted subs, and it was crazy. It was the best financial day for my show and my show's history. It was crazy, absolutely crazy. There's no way Phil made that kind of money.
Actually what Phil really wanted out of the arc with us.
Uh-huh.
Okay. It's not about money because with
No, he
Phil,
wanted
he
respect
gets
and
money and
friends.
he always spends it, right?
Yeah.
What Phil really wanted, if you read the DMs between me and Phil, is he wanted to be respected again. That's what he said. He's like, people used to care about the things I had to say, and now I'm just the internet's whipping boy, and I just want people to actually like me. That's what he wanted. That's why he was here. He was here for clout and acceptance and friendship. That's why he was with Kino Casino. The money is somewhat important to him as well and motivating to him as well. But what he was really desperate for was to be accepted and have a community of people who actually liked him. And that's why he jumped through all the hoops and suffered all the humiliation.
Yeah, he suffered every humiliation that they put. Like, P would make him show his socks and his underwear and his feet. And he did it without hesitation. He just did it. Crazy. He's got him, go do some push-ups, Phil, and he would do it. It's just ridiculous. And I think that what Phil really wanted is he wanted the Kino boys to make him relevant again. And I don't know. I would say that kind of worked. Like people started talking about him again.
Because that's what he was after in the end. And he didn't get that out of the arc. And now he's kind of permanently locked into this sad, pathetic whipping boy role where he plays the victim all day and cries. And he hates it. He's a miserable piece of shit.
He said in the DMs he hates playing video games.
I was gonna message him for those DMs from what's his face from Pirate Summer. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Actually doing much better now than I was before I ever worked with them. I mean, just take a look at my setup and everything, right? It was basically all a means to an end, and I think both sides have.
You have.
Yeah, he bought some lights and a steering wheel.
Shit. You know what I mean?
No,
the guy's just a total fucking scumbag.
Stroke victim.
Yeah, like
come out on top.
But he said
that was a great show. Yes.
No, we didn't.
His setup sucks. It's total revisionist history.
Yeah.
We both got what we wanted in the end. No, Phil.
Like we got
yeah, that was great. Thank you,
faced his
Flowchart
goal
Cammy
permanently after us, and now struggles to beat it and berates his audience. And he spent all the money that he did make during that arc, so now his taxes are raped.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
he's panicking.
Since then, so honestly, it's all good. I really don't give two shits.
I gotta
know
tell you,
to talk shit about.
They made me feel the Kino boys made me feel very, very comfortable coming on their show. But those first couple of shows, like I had anxiety. I don't get anxiety. I don't get like show jitters. But then I started thinking about like, holy geez, they're going to have like 5,000 to 10,000 people watching this show live. Like I have to be good. I was having like a lot of anxiety, like performance anxiety, like, oh shit, man, I have to be like on, like during this guest appearance. Phil just showed up like he didn't care. Like, in my opinion, I mean, I don't know.
He does.
And yeah, his problem is he thinks if he just finds the right, audience, then he'll make money and be popular. But you got to have something good to deliver to that big audience or they don't come back.
That's the thing is he claims he doesn't care, but then he'll seethe about us. Like he seethed about us a bunch of times.
He doesn't care.
He's like, I really don't care, guys. It's all water under the bridge.
Stage fright, Steven.
It's not all water under the bridge. That's why he's still blocked on Twitter, and he's fucking.
He has them all blocked. Yeah, he doesn't care, but he's gonna mention them and cry every time they go on vacation. He cries like a bitch. Stage fright. The first show that I ever did in a punk rock band. I think I was like 15 or 16 years old. And the first time I ever had to sing in front of people, I puked my brains out before the show. And then I was like, well, now I'm good. And I never had stage fright. I mean, a little bit of stage jitters, but generally, I always tended to be very, very well prepared to do a performance. So that preparation takes away those kind of worries and jitters.
Yeah, he still bitches constantly. So it's just nonsense by Phil. But this is him throwing shit at the wall and seeing
what sticks.
With him, it's a million different narratives all the time that all contradict each other. But he's hoping that you'll buy into one of them and go, that kind of makes sense. Okay, I believe you.
Yeah, I believe you, King
Snake. A bunch of shit that completely contradicts it in his lies.
It was within like the first week of the King Snake stream. He flip flopped immediately, and now he's flip flopping into a new narrative. It's like
the King
this is
Snake
like the third
stream
story.
Is one of the most humiliating streams I've ever seen in my entire life.
I agree. That Rich just like totally fucking shit all over Phil, and he brought him on to kind of shit on the casino, and he really didn't.
But he tried to memory hole and retcon it, but Phil, at the end of the day, it happened, and you got called out on your bullshit by Review Tech USA of all people. Dead dickers, Dropbox dickers that we've been dumping on for like over a year.
He thought he was doing them
came to our defense and fucking felted you on the whole thing and said, "No, you're totally lying. You're full of shit. I don't believe you. This is nonsense."
He's an OnlyFans girl in reverse.
And then you had to boot him off the stream and cope. It was so fucking funny.
And DSP was on the non-existent Epstein
he tells
list.
Him about us, and then immediately starts talking about Bill's mic arm.
Yeah, I think it was, and it's like somehow it's like unbelievable. It's like, no, you couldn't even set up the mic arm. How could you possibly orchestrate this
Doge meme coin? Yeah, I'm not into crypto.
You can't even set up a mic arm.
Thanks for the
No, the argument was you said you would never get a mic arm. and you did.
Oh my
Remember? It was
God.
like that.
Forever. As you know, I don't really
Money in
I
his
don't know.
ego.
I can't
You are
remember how
give a
to
shit.
correct.
I have a million other people who talk shit about me every day. They certainly won't be.
Oh, that was abrupt. Now we're way behind, and I'm still catching up. But this is from DSP Memology.
I want you to understand something.
Oh, that's my favorite clip when he asked for the money for his taxes and stuff.
This literally is a situation where I'm in dire financial straits, and if this stands where I'm going to be making half as less money on YouTube as I ever did before, starting now,
Dogecoin to the
I'm going to
moon.
lose my house. I'm going to have all my shit reclaimed. You know, credit card bills are going to go default. I'm probably going to have to declare bankruptcy. I'm going to lose everything.
Oh, Department of Justice memo on Epstein. Yeah, I don't believe there's no client list. How can you traffic
Attendance is quite low tonight. What happened?
without clients?
Used to be really
you have to have
excited for
clients to
Taxi Life.
traffic
Where is
women
everybody?
to. Where's the
We
list?
have only 150 people watching on YouTube. How many do we have on Kick? Only 50. What happened to Taxi Life? This stream was doing really well for the first
He's
two
going
sessions.
to wage quit.
I'm not sure what's going on. We'll hang out for another few minutes, I guess, before we start, see if we can get more attendance. I don't know what's going on with Taxi Life.
You know, I am
Yeah,
very
I don't
nervous.
believe them that there's
very,
no client list.
very nervous.
All right. Are we going to go here? Guys,
He only made
tonight,
$12.
obviously, let's have a chill time, as you know.
His
When I'm
whole
playing this game, I like to
stream,
hang
he
out with
only
you
made
guys. There is a bummer. I
$12.
can't play the music anymore. You want to know why? All the music in the game is claimed on YouTube and makes the video completely non-monetizable. So the last two videos I made of this game, I made nothing.
Yeah, he's a fucking moron, and here's why. Do you know, if you go on YouTube and search game streaming music, you'll find hundreds of 8-hour-long mixes of completely royalty-free, copyright-free, Creative Commons music that you could play during a video game stream and remain fully monetized. He's so lazy, he can't get like 4K downloader and download some music and then replace the commercial music in the game with that. Is he a moron? How has he been doing this 20 years and he doesn't know about royalty-free music? RP is here and says he's going to have to get a job, and I have no doubt people will find out and harass the employer and get him fired. He's stuck making no money or little money. Trump is bending the knee to the elite, or he was never going to release the list, says Prodigal Stuns. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. And Flowchart Cammy says he's dumb. Yeah, I think he's a moron. Like, how do you not know about royalty-free music? And listen, his streams get like 1,000 views. So what is he losing by playing the commercial music? $6? He can't make that up begging? I don't know.
Because I can't monetize them because of the AI music. So we're going to have to go with no music, which really sucks ass, but it is what it is.
Oh, not content ID! Content ID! Content ID alert!
Let's see what happens tonight. If it goes well, again, we'll
Content
keep it
ID
as a weekly
alert.
thing. But I'm worried because I'm taking a look at attendance tonight, and attendance is low, both on YouTube and on Kick. And
Yeah, nobody showed up to watch him pretend to be a taxi driver, right?
so far, we have no support at all. So I'm wondering
Could you imagine if you called an Uber and DarkSidePhil showed up to drive you
how it's
someplace?
going to go tonight. You know, our two driving games at once too much. I'll tell you what, Truck Sim is doing very well. Truck Sim, we got great attendance, great engagement, and the support has been very consistent. Okay.
You know, with no income coming in from DSP Gaming, I'm very nervous.
Great edit.
Very, very nervous.
Very,
I don't
very
know what's going to
nervous.
happen. I mean, if I can make streaming more profitable by building up a bigger viewer base and more contributions, then maybe it'll make up for it and it won't matter. But we're talking about a change I need to institute within like 2 months here that I don't know if it's going to happen or not.
Starline did a £2 super chat and asks, "Am I a good driver in real life?"
Oh, yeah, I doubt it. Remember, he said it would take him an hour to do a 6-mile round trip?
I have not been in a car accident since I was in my 20s. That was the last time. Then again, I don't drive that much. So maybe if I drove way more often, I'd get into accidents more often.
Yeah, you'd
I'm
have to
gonna be
leave your
honest here, I'm
house
not
to
gonna lie
drive, right?
And be like, oh
You'd
yeah,
have
I'm
to
an
leave your
expert
house.
driver. I drive all the time.
He doesn't
you know.
leave his house.
But I've been in a few accidents when I was younger. When I was in high school, I had a Ford Escort.
It's a
And
loss
one day
of
I was
revenue.
driving home on the freeway. I was driving home on the freeway. And
Extra labor.
It was only a 2-lane freeway,
It's
very
10
narrow.
minutes to get an 8-hour.
And I was trying to lane change
music
left.
collection.
And as I was very calmly with my blinker on everything, lane changing left, someone was flying up in the left lane. They might had to have been going
Yeah,
like
you're right,
90 to
Troll,
100
Troll,
miles
Troll.
per hour.
Everybody's
they were,
got bills to
severely
pay.
speeding.
Yes.
So I course corrected back to the right lane, but I was nervous and scared because I thought the guy was going to rear end
thank
me.
you, Flowchart.
So I
Cammy.
narrowly avoided him.
One
But I
second. Let's stop the ranting here. Flowchart Cammy with 10. It just says, suffer, Philip. Yes, I agree.
Why did I spend the money? So just why did I spend all that money? Because I'm going to get more. Trust me. I know I'm going to get more. I know I'm going to get more money. You don't have to worry about it.
Yes, thanks to kind and generous souls like Flowchart Cammy, I will get more money. Thank you, Cammy. And thanks for saving us from the sausage party that we usually have here. I pity the company that hires Phil, particularly if it's a public-facing retail store, says Maricos Chihuahua. I agree, right? Imagine if he was your worker, as lazy as he is, like if you had to work someplace like retail or fast food with him.
Without going into specifics yet again, yeah, I have no money. I'm being honest here. I have no money right now.
Phil has not hit a goal in 2 days, right? But we will, I think. Well, we'll see, right? Thank you, Maricos Chihuahua, for your kindness, generosity, and support. Phil probably thinks that his high school ID counts as a driver's license. Whale sighted off the port bow. Yeah, we need some whales, and we need some kick subs. Is anybody alive over there? I'll read out some of the last kick subscribers, though. iLeveler became a subscriber recently, and Good Goy. And Rare Tricks gifted 5 subs, and Wacky Shucks gifted 5 subs recently, and Scooter the Pooter gifted 5 subs, and Mr. Ree subscribed over there, and Scooter the Pooter gifted 1 sub. Bloodwolf2A2 became a subscriber. Lime Chan gifted a sub, and Felt the Dragon gifted a sub recently. So let's continue. So this stream is funny because he only made $12.
overcompensated, and I hit the right divider or the right guardrail, and I bounced off like a pinball, and my car bounced back and forth across the freeway and completely totaled.
This is funny. This actually reminds me of driving Uber in Philadelphia in Center City. There's a lot of back alleys and stuff that you can use to get around traffic, and I would do that all the time.
So I almost died.
Little streets like this, yeah.
Luckily, it didn't do much damage to me, but the door impacted to like here, and the airbag stopped my head. So if I didn't have an airbag, I would be dead. I would have died when I was in high school.
Oh, wow. He had a car accident in high school?
That was my first car accident.
This is another one.
Highway driving is pretty easy in this game.
Pretty easy. Yeah. Look at him. Oh, shit.
We've done this stream twice. I've liked doing it. But I just noticed distinctly tonight, and this is just on stream, attendance is lower than it's been for this. And right now, we've started and we only got like $7 of support. That could obviously change, okay?
$7.
All I want to let you guys know is we have 2 driving sims in the rotation. Taxi Sim, let's see how it does tonight. Taxi Life. I keep calling it Taxi Sim. Taxi Life, let's see how it...
$7. Dude, you could work at McDonald's and make more than you're making playing video games on stream.
Does tonight. If...
Oh, jeez. We thank you, Sandy Q, with 1 for the goal. That is right. Thank you, Sandy Q, for your kindness, generosity, and support of the show.
I have a dangerously low bank account. Please tip me today.
Thank you, Sandy Q, for helping my dangerously low bank account, right? Yeah, I did nothing wrong. Of course he did nothing wrong, right?
We have a good time together, great. We can keep it in the rotation, but if we end up being a dramatic slowdown tonight and the support and everything is slow, then we don't have to do it again.
He's warning
but I'm curious
everybody.
how it goes and what you guys think.
Like,
and,
you guys better donate or I'm not going to play this taxi game no more if you guys don't pay up.
I personally like the game. I do. I think that it's kind of fun. It's very different from the truck sim. So let's
imagine if he actually had to drive a cab for a living. He would die in 2 days.
See how it goes for the rest of the night, okay? I think it was just a temporary thing anyway.
I enjoyed my time Ubering, but I started Ubering like many moons ago when it was still, profitable. Now, I don't know if I would ever do it again. I have a friend who's doing it, and he's like, by the time I'm done with gas and paying my car payment, like there's really not much left, This is probably the longest he's been gone while not sick, says Prodigal Stuns. Yeah. Well, his wife left him. Maybe somebody died. Maybe his internet is out. Who knows? I'm sure he'll explain when he returns. And I can't imagine he's going to take off too much longer. He is like a crackhead, like he always got to be begging to get the money. So I don't think he could take another day off or he'll die.
She's happy, so it doesn't matter if I drive faster. Oh, what?
He had an accident. He had an accident. Look at him. Oh. Sucker.
I will not judge. Teddy for I
What happened?
That's the first time I've hit a pedestrian in the
lie,
game.
Yeah.
But you tell me what I was supposed to do. There was no one there anywhere visible. I'm turning. The pedestrian literally walked into my car as it was already turning.
Guys, I haven't hit goals
and I'm responsible.
So I have to hit 3 today. He's going to use it as an excuse to beg.
Excuse me. The good news is we did get a tip. A 39 euro tip. Well, I can already tell you virtually in the game, I made a hell of a lot more than I have in real life. Yeah, he's not going to tell me. So, guys, if you like Taxi Live, if you could support it, please do tonight, okay? Okay, so Tag, thank you for the super chat.
Okay, guys, I've been going for 2 days. I really need you to
that's
give me
our
that
third
money.
contribution of the whole night. I'm getting the feeling you guys aren't liking this game anymore. So, I mean, honest question, everyone. Are you guys bored of this game? Seriously, are you bored?
Because
it's very hard for me to even talk with you guys when I'm playing. It is. Like, it's very hard for me to speak with you because I have to pay attention to the game.
You can't drive.
If you're not finding the game very entertaining, then we don't have to do it anymore. If you're actually legit bored of Taxi Life, then we'll just say screw it and we'll call it now. If you're bored of it, are you bored? Yeah. Yeah, people are saying yeah.
Virtual tip was bigger than
I guess we'll call an
tip.
audible. I'm sorry, guys, that we started. And since people are bored, I guess we'll just like hang out then instead. I would much rather have a social night with all of you hanging and chilling and having a drink or two and having a good time rather than us play this and you're going to be bored. You know what I mean? I'd rather hang out with you.
Phil admits how boring
Fair enough,
he is.
guys. For Taxi Life,
he's so boring. He has to stop his planned activity for the night because that's how fucking boring he is.
It is what it is. It's a fine sim game. But people are saying that they're bored. What can I do, right? I'm not going to keep playing a game when people are saying that they're legit bored and they don't care for it. So I hope that you enjoyed the 5 hours or so that we played of Taxi.
He streamed for 5 hours and he only made $12. I'm going to say that one more time. He streamed this for 5 hours and he only made $12. Trolly Troll is here with 1 for the goal. Says, those lines to apply for Social Security disability can be pretty long. You are correct, sir.
I have no money. Why would you give that man money?
Thank you, Trolly Troll, for your kindness, generosity, and support. Let's get some subs. Let's get some gift. I'm going to do the DarkSidePhil beggar sampler. Let's get some PayPal pledges. Let's get some people buying me a coffee. Let's get some gifted Kick subs. Let's get some new Kick subscribers. Let's get some new YouTube members. Let's get some super chats. Let's get some super stickers and PayPal pledges. I will read them all. RP says, hey, $2.40 an hour ain't bad money if you live in Nepal. That's Ethan Ralph lives in Mexico. He can't afford to live in the United States with the $10 a day he's making streaming, right? I can't believe he only made $12 in 5 hours. I would have wage quit an hour in. I don't know.
And thanks for watching. Okay. Had a good run. What else can we say, right? Had a good run, but if you're bored, you're bored. That's fine with me. We can just hang out then. That's what we'll do. Okay?
Yeah, and he has no backup content.
He rage quit because they're a bunch of little fucking moronic kids. WP says there's 250 people watching. You should do a vote, but it's up to you.
He wage quit.
If literally everyone in chat who's here interacting just said they're bored, everyone who speaks in chat, including regular, said, yeah, we're bored with this. It doesn't matter that there's 250 people watching. No one cares.
You mean no one pays?
It sounds like
what he means is he doesn't mean no one cares.
They want to hang out with me. And there's dead air when I'm driving around because there has to be because I have to pay attention. So therefore, it's not fun.
It's not fun.
Fair enough. I mean, that makes sense. That's totally fair and fine. And I'm not angry about that.
I'm not angry that I only made, he's seething. He just said he's not angry that he only made $12 in 5 hours.
just hang out then for the rest of the night. Okay. Okay. Let's.
Maybe that's worse. Like him just hanging out.
Let's close the game here. All right. Let's get some lights on. All righty. All right, guys, ready? We're just chill. I guess I'll rename the stream. Will just did a $50 super chat saying, "Do some Mario Kart. People want it." We did Mario Kart last night. I have no desire to play Mario Kart.
Isn't that
again.
great?
Thanks for the money, stupid fuck.
He stopped playing the game, and then suddenly got a $50 super. Like, thanks for stopping, you fucking boring moron. Here's $50.
And excuse me, quite frankly, sorry about that disgusting belch out of nowhere. Quite frankly, I wouldn't play Mario Kart while inebriated. It takes too much attention, too much control. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm going to play something competitive, I would not be drinking.
Oh, he can't play a child's game. He can't play a child's game while he's drinking. We'll go back to the Kino Casino, boys. And this is clipped by Duty Streams. Go over and subscribe. Let me back it up here.
Okay, Phil. And the reality is, this part of this might be, if Phil was actually intelligent, him baiting us to talk about him, to keep him relevant and keep our viewership engaged.
Yeah, Kickspin withholding.
But the reality is Phil is too dumb to think like that. This is just actually him just seething and venting because he's been stewing about us for months. That's what it is.
Yes.
$2 says, "Was the king snake thing not true?" I have told you the truth about everything.
No, you haven't.
No,
Phil. They're pointing out directly that what you're saying today is a direct contradiction of what you said during the King Snake narrative. Which is that...
He deleted that stream, by the way.
Yes, he did. Which you are looking for somebody to con. You're looking for a misery merchant to con, and you sought us out in order to scam us. And now here you are today saying, well, I didn't know what was going to happen.
Who would be dumb enough to believe that Phil had this long-term plan to infiltrate Kino Casino and what? It's so stupid.
Or I would turn on them or they would turn on me. So these two things can't be true at the same time. So you're lying about the King Snake narrative. And he's like, no, everything I told you was true. Just like, you can't piss on people's hands and tell them that it's fucking raining, Phil. Like, unless they're one of your wheelchair dents, it's not going to work, bro. There's very few of those people. So
yeah, that's not going to work.
One who can't handle the truth has tried to spin a new narrative because they can't handle the fact that I was the smartest.
You. Oh my God. That's you that can't handle the truth, Phil. That's you that can't handle the truth, Phil, because you're a narcissist and you experience narcissistic injury. So what you had to do was try and rewrite reality to make yourself a version of reality that you're able to live in and still maintain your fantasies, delusions. He is now saying, bring this back 5 seconds.
Yep.
He is now saying that he was the smartest person involved in this and that he pulled the string. Listen to this shit.
Oh, and by the way, he does watch the streams. Remember that stream we talked about him not showing the steering wheel while he was gaming?
Yeah, he watches every Kino stream, seething, waiting for them to talk about him, and then he copes and seethes. And you know he's watching them because they busted his balls because he spent $300 for a steering wheel, and then he's using it on stream but not showing the steering wheel. So immediately after they busted his balls, he started showing the steering wheel.
The next stream, he had the steering wheel.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
has tried to spin a new narrative because they can't handle the fact that I was the smartest person in the entire situation.
Then why are we doing better than you?
Listen, Phil, like, come on. Come on. You were the smartest person in the entire situation.
In what world?
This guy was spilling his guts about his personal life, about his wife having cancer to me. And either he was genuinely spilling these details about his life, or he was lying about his wife having cancer in order to manipulate us. Like, both of them are fucking demented and retarded, right?
Yeah,
but Phil's
true. Imagine lying about your wife having cancer to get out of doing work. Like, I don't know what the situation was exactly, but they wanted him to do something, you know, like, I don't know if it's smart guys or come on the Kino Casino for whatever reason. And he's so lazy that he just like made up that his wife may have cancer so that he didn't have to work.
Oh, no, I was the master manipulator. As you got down on the ground and humped the floor like an animal for my amusement.
Yeah.
Showed your underwear, and I got you to do the fucking chicken dance and all this fucking stupid shit, Phil. I called your wife fat. I insulted your donators. Pretty sure I called like Jade a fucking retard in a wheelchair and a dent. I said you scam people on disability. I said you're a pathological liar. You took all of this shit, Phil.
Oh my God.
I don't know if I'd call that
brutal.
smart, bud.
Yeah, that's not
right. And then, like, I mean, the smartest person. Like, we got
Chill Station 7 with a super sticker.
Morning.
Thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support.
The
The dollar signs are too powerful for a lot of people.
The
man.
entire fucking time. I got
Thank you,
exactly
Chill
what I
Station
wanted
7.
out of it. I knew what was going to happen as a result. I knew it wouldn't affect me negatively. I didn't give a shit.
But it did.
And I played
Phil,
it perfectly.
Part of the reason why at the beginning of this rant
Taking
was
off
that
the
he
chair
wasn't
condom.
getting enough kick support and stuff like
He is
that,
seething,
right? Like,
yeah.
I cut that part out because it was so long and meandering, but that's part of what in context this was. And that was a negative consequence, Phil. It did affect you. Your support on Kick went way into the
King
shitter.
Snake got
Way less
retconned.
people watch you on Kick and donate on
Only
Kick,
his
Phil,
dents.
because the people
Yeah.
on Kick were our fans, Phil. There were consequences to this happening, Phil. Like,
Oh,
you can
yeah.
pretend otherwise, but there were, bro. There were.
And by
can't
the way,
believe,
I mean, the
why does he
people in
get to
his
be a
chat right
member
now
or whatever on Kick?
are like making fun of him. This guy who's a mod, OG King badge.
And remember when he kept scamming Kick, pretending that he was exclusively streaming to Kick so he could get the higher money rate, and they would come in and like go, you're scamming us. They would email him, you're scamming us. You're restreaming to Kick. You're not exclusively streaming to Kick.
And the one badge, Loose Lucy, King Snake narrative, and putting the emoji that's obviously mocking you.
Well, the thing is, nobody in his chat actually likes him. The reality is, he
These
doesn't
are hate
have like
viewers.
any real dents.
No.
Like, there's so few people that actually truly like Phil and donate to him. The vast majority of his donations now are like people that touch the poo, glass toppers, who are fucking weens, who are donating
Absolutely.
to try and control Phil or to try and piss
Yeah.
people off.
Like, I don't know if it's true, but somebody said Duty donates just to get content. Like, he'll donate and ask a real mean question or something like that.
It's not that he actually has any sort of real fan base. It's all a fantasy.
Yeah.
But you don't have to believe it. It's fine if you don't. It still doesn't change the fact that it happened and it was true. So go for it and believe whatever you want.
Yeah, believe whatever you want.
The self-awareness.
If
is
I
just
don't make
crazy.
content, they don't eat.
What? What did he say?
For
25 subs!
Sub bomb, nice.
Like the demented insanity of Phil, where he's trying to claim, oh, if Phil doesn't make content, we wouldn't be able to survive.
Yeah, the come on. Kino can never talk about Phil ever again. And they would be just fine because they cover like all these different locales, not just Phil. Flowchart Cammy with 10 says she's fat and she's gone. And now he's sad and gay. Well, he's probably gay to begin with, though, right? I think so. But thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support. Big support tonight from Flowchart Cammy. Thank you very much.
Throw money at me.
That's right. Throw some more. We need some Kick support. Let me go over there and check on the Kick live chat, and we'll continue in our felting
The
journey.
detractors wouldn't be able to survive. Like, what Phil doesn't realize is that like most tractors,
Yes. You buy peanuts
it's
to
not
throw at
their
the elephants,
actual
yes.
job, their sole source of income to
They
make
are
fun of Phil
genuinely
and clip
sad.
Phil.
Yeah.
It's like a side hustle where they make money on the side. Okay,
Like
there's
Yeah, that's what it is for me.
you know, and we do.
This isn't even my
so many
normal
other
content,
people than
you know?
Phil. Like
Yeah.
he's a fucking afterthought. Well, we got D Dealer for 45 subs. Massive fucking support.
Yeah, let's make it rain money in here. Yes,
Thank you, everyone in the
absolutely.
hideout, all the new followers. Let's fucking
DSP
go.
is 120% a
But,
closeted
buddy,
homo.
Thank you so much. guys. I don't know how to thank you enough. That's massive support. Thank you. And that's basically Bill's month.
If you cover locales, you need a large amount
Pretty
of
much.
locales.
Like,
to cover.
come
I mean,
on.
Yeah, they just made Phil's
Like, at
month in
least
one
those
dono
two,
bomb.
those 2 bombs right there was his full-time week. Phil, you did not make the right choice.
He's a fucking
There was no
moron.
choice. There was no choice. We decided what to do. You failed at it, and we shit on you.
That is correct.
No, really. If I don't make content, they don't eat.
What?
That's what he's claiming about
Clyde
the
just
distraction.
got
Actually
88 for 5.
5 subs.
You're right. Turn on the stream and say
Wait,
nothing, and they could
wait,
still
you
make
don't
more money
think
than
there's
Phil.
other people to make
yeah,
fun
I
of?
agree.
There's you know,
This is the thing. Like, there's guys like It's a Gundam do a wide variety of
he
content.
didn't talk about Phil
besides
for 3
Phil.
years.
You know what I'm saying? But Phil's every detractor needs me in order to survive. No, they don't, Phil.
Yeah, they don't need him.
The truth is, Phil
cover
needs the
other people.
detractors to survive because they're the only people who actually care about him at all.
This is a world with
And that's what he
iDubbbz in
refuses
it.
to accept.
Says John Diaper. This is a world with iDubbbz in it. Okay, like when we make fun of iDubbbz, the views are just
Crazy. Yeah, nobody
huge,
cares so
massive.
much about Phil.
You're a side lolcow we like to bash.
Well,
all right.
this is
Yeah,
I don't think
side
he
locale.
realizes too just how small his world and his like sector of the internet with the detractors actually is.
Have you seen
Like,
this
it's
man?
not
Lego head
like
Phil
he
at
really
large?
believes that the world revolves around him and that he's the most important person when he's truly irrelevant outside of the detractor community. And he has no real fan base himself. That's all that he has is the detractors. And then he
You
tries,
are correct,
I want them
Trolley
to go away.
Troll. We'll
If
count
the
it towards the
detractors went away tomorrow, DarkSidePhil inside 4 months would be evicted from his home. Like, he would go broke.
He
He would
go
have to
broke.
get a job. If there were no more detractors, that would be it for
They're
Phil.
keeping
He'd
him
be cooked.
afloat. Yeah.
You know what's funny? I was thinking about this. So you know when you scroll through YouTube Shorts or something, you'll eventually come to like live streams, right? And it's like these random. It feels like it's AI, but it's not. But it's just weird, random live streams of weird people talking or playing games, or like Asian people in Japan cooking.
They all
And I'm
get
looking
more
at their
views than Phil.
viewership, right?
Yeah.
And these people who are like literally, you've never heard of them. I couldn't even like tell you their names if I like.
They're
I
making
can't
more money
remember
than
it at
Phil,
all.
and they're getting more views.
And they got 400 or 500 viewers, and it got me thinking. I'm like, with Ralph, for example,
definitely go
like
broke,
everyone in the
yeah.
sector
Yeah.
thinks Ralph's like, oh, it's Ralph. You got 200 viewers.
Yeah, he loses
I'm
money
looking at these like there's hundreds,
doing DSP content.
unlimited.
I don't
live
lose
streams on
anything.
YouTube right
You
now.
know.
You can just scroll.
Some nights are better than others.
400, 500.
I don't
views
know.
are
I
like
just
double,
can't stop
triple,
watching.
Quadruple.
It's like, what
DSP,
happened? What did
or
this
Ralph,
prick
or
do
any of these
this
guys.
week? You know?
Like, but in his mind, he is the guy. But
Yeah.
you're nothing. Yeah, YouTube
They're
live streams are
fucking
fucking crazy.
Yeah, she ruined his dinner. Yo, listen.
So I am.
Do we always dress like girls?
All I can relate things to is my own experience. I am no one is pointing out the way Phil threw cat name under the bus for ruining everything on the 4th of July dinner. She can't be there. What loving husband would publicly humiliate their wife like that? Yeah, I can only relate things to my own experience. And I can tell you this, I've been with my wife over 20 years, and she has one time, and I can't remember exactly what happened. I think she left something like a pork roast in the oven too long. And that's one time out of 20 years where she didn't, screwed up a meal. And she was so upset about ruining the dinner. And I was like, relax. We'll just order a pizza, honey. Like, who cares? Like, throw it in the trash and let's move on. Don't be upset. She was very upset. She thought I was going to be like angry or disappointed. And I was a little disappointed because I was smelling pork all day. You know, when somebody's cooking a pork roast, it smells your whole house kind of smells like bacon for a few hours. That's the only meal she had a problem with, and I could care less. And I would never, ever bring it up or publicly humiliate her. Mistakes happen. So DarkSidePhil apparently his wife screwed up both the barbecue chicken in the crock pot and the macaroni and cheese. Somehow she screwed both those things up, and he bitched and cried and whined about it on a public live stream. Dude, that's your wife, you dumb dickhead. Like, you don't do that to your wife. You're supposed to support your wife, right? Yeah, like I said, I can only relate it to my own experience. My wife has almost never, just the one time I can remember, and these, mistakes happen. What are you going to do? We ordered a pizza. We're fine.
America Day. I'm dressed like
this is the statue of liberty, buddy.
and
The
I'm
statue
Uncle
of liberty
Sam.
is male.
Statue of Liberty.
Don't always dress like this, but when we do,
I'm their dad. I'm their provider. I am literally the
pretty bad.
provider for every professional detractor out there.
When people
I'm
are
the only
hoping that
reason
his
that there's
wife
food
left
on their
him.
table on any given day. If
hey, there is a cottage industry around wings.
Yeah.
Cyrax, whatever the fuck his name is. Fuck it. There's like every.
Yeah, Phil is not unique in this respect.
Yeah, just like there's this little cottage industry around David Wilcock making fun of him. We've got Hidden in Plain Sight and a couple other podcasts besides mine now. All of us watch David Wilcock and we make fun of him, and we all make money doing it. It's a form of entertainment. I don't understand why he's upset, because the detractors are keeping him relevant and alive. It's just funny to me that I really do believe that Duty and a bunch of other of the detractors, they make more money than Phil just shitting on him. And again, I can only speak from my own experience. I made a great deal of money interviewing and doing these updates on Phil. So much money that I'm basically buying a small forest with the money that I made from DarkSidePhil. So thank you, DarkSidePhil. You're right. I guess he did put food on my table, but I don't owe him anything.
That there's a bunch of channels that clip him and make money off of him. Okay.
Yeah, that's what he's seething about. He wants
he pretends
all that
like
money.
he is.
to exist, so would they. I think I need to make this clear. I'm not a 5-year-old. I don't care about drama.
What?
On
He
Kick,
goes,
it'd be great to get
remember
some...
he goes,
He's got to tell his
I
audience
have to
he's
make
not
this
5.
clear.
I'm
not a 5-year-old. Why do you have to make that clear? I mean, we should be able to look at you and see that, but you act like a 5-year-old, Phil.
Yeah, he does. He acts
I don't
like
know.
a
I guess that's why you have to make it
spoiled
clear.
kid.
And here he is. The whole time he's talking about, oh, there's no consequences for the casino, da 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 da. But here are the consequences. Listen to this.
But and man, just say real quick on that. I don't care about drama. I'm not a 5-year-old. Most
That
of
whole
the most
thing was drama.
interesting shit though is drama.
Yeah, the only
All
thing
reality
you're
shows are
interested
based
in
around
is
drama,
his
most
drama.
are, right?
Yeah.
You
don't
the
want to
best
watch him play
YouTube
video
titles that are
games.
funny, and the biggest amount of views are drama related usually.
The reason why Phil doesn't do drama is because he gets his shit pushed in because
He's not
he's
good
a
at it.
dull-witted
Yeah.
with
He's
no
not entertaining.
charisma and no ability to research or put together an interesting argument or make fun of somebody. He's just the dull-witted dullard. He always loses.
Yeah.
So he's looking for an attack dog so that he can do drama. He wants to be able to do drama. He doesn't have an ethical problem with people getting made fun of or
he's
them
just
feeling
terrible at
bad. He could care less about the consequences to other people. He just doesn't want there to be consequences to him. That's the reason he doesn't get involved in it, is because he's a coward, not because he's some sort of righteous arbiter of morality. And, you can tell that because
Positive,
he brought Ralph
meaningful
on his
content.
stream to do drama about us, for fuck's sake.
Exactly.
And Ralph's like a revenge pornographer, fucking lowest of the low,
Scumbag.
wife beater, dirty piece of shit. And Phil worked with him. So
That was a great
it's all just nonsense from Phil.
Yeah.
subs tonight. We have had barely any subs this week. If you just take a look at the leaderboard.
He's crying. He has had barely any subs on Kick. Sneedburger Syndrome is here with 2 pounds. Says, "Are you crying, Phil? Do it. Cry, bish. Suffer. Suffer."
Throw money at me.
Thank you, Sneedburger Syndrome. And we'll check in with the Kick chat as well. Oh, wait, here it is. 1 second here. And I want to thank all of you Kick subscribers and people gifting subs, because the Kick extra money really does make a difference every month because they take so little from creators. It really, really does help. So thank you for the support on Kick.
There it is.
You'll see that this week has been incredibly slow for Kick support. Don't know why.
He doesn't know why.
And Phil?
You know, and that entire rant was why, Phil, because you fucked up. You fucked up the opportunity with us. And everybody on Kick that supported you was our guys. That's why.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's why his
so
Kick
here we
support
have,
dropped to
this is
nothing.
Phil finally completely breaking down. This is the facade cracking, the mask slipping, and Phil just completely breaks down into tears and cries
Kick
because
hates
his
DSP.
bird in Minecraft has died.
Oh, this is funny. He's going to cry about the bird dying in Minecraft. I've only been watching him for a year
Look how
now.
sad he is.
Less than a year. He's cried on stream twice now. Maybe 3 times.
This is a,
Look how sad he is.
This is a 43-year-old man
Cat
playing
withholds her wizard
Minecraft alone
sleeve.
in his bedroom, crying. because
Soggy
a
Sandwich
bird,
with
a
one for the
digital
goal,
bird,
saying,
has
"Suffer,
passed
piggy."
away.
This
Now,
This is the worst. Imagine crying on a live stream because a digital bird died. Like, really?
But let's face it, also, money talks.
Thank you, Soggy Sandwich. And thank you for letting your money talk to me. Big support tonight from everybody. Thank you all for your kindness, generosity, and support.
now, surely that can't actually be what's going on here. What I think is going on here is that DSP, out of his pride and his ignorance and his stupidity, chose not to visit his dying mother because it would give the casino a W. Because it would be a confirmation
terrible
that Phil was vulnerable with me, that he spilled his guts to me about his wife's situation, about his mom's situation. And so in that short window of time where Phil would be able to travel to visit his sick mother, rather than confirm that the DMs
he didn't
were
notice it died
legitimate,
for half an hour.
Phil chose not to visit his dying mom. This was a mom, by the way, that was a helicopter parent for him, enabled all of his bad behavior. This is a mother that combed his hair for him every morning until he was 17 years old.
Your mom combing your hair when you're 17?
And she's dying. And he's not going to visit her before she
thank
died
you, Sneak Burger Syndrome.
over some
No
petty
withholding
beef on
tonight.
the internet
Yeah.
with
Just
a
empty your wallet,
400-pound man
everyone.
dressed as the Statue of Liberty. And I think here he is as he's putting together this gravestone and he's thinking about death. I think that's why he cried. It might just be that he's fucking actually just insane and feels emotion for a dead bird in a video game. It could be that maybe he does have a bird in real life because he told me about all these animals that he has, and that his bird might have died in this, like that.
Not
he
to
gets
leave him,
emotional about
maybe.
his animals.
Yeah, it could be. I am
Could
no
be.
one.
But I tend to think that it might actually be him feeling like sad
Burnell.
about his mom and how he's not going to visit her because he would take an L in his
Master
internet.
Betty is here with 2 and says, "Cry, piggy,
when you
cry."
neglect your elderly parents
Yes.
to own the
Cash money, bitches. Cash money.
Thanks for the cash money, Master Betty.
Look at that.
Oh.
He's crying about a bird dying.
Poor pork chop.
What a loser. Open the Wolverine Velcro wallets, everyone. Yes. Rest in peace, bird.
It's not even a real bird. Okay.
When you come and she keeps sucking.
It's not even a real bird. Okay.
What was going on? He's like gargling. Like, what the fuck was that?
Loser. Yes, absolutely. He cried over John
When
and
it's May
Howard
1st.
calling him out for monetizing.
Let's get
his
10
content.
subs for the Phils. Let's get 10 subs for the Phils.
Phil's crying
I
face.
know
Yes.
it's not.
No, this is real, man. Like, he's actually getting emotional over this bird dying in Minecraft. And I think it has to be transference of feelings about something in real life. But this guy, like, as much as he tries to
Graduation
pretend
cap.
like
It's not my
he's
guest.
winning, he's
Playing it.
happy, da 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 da.
Clip from
He's
Kino Casino
miserable.
show.
And the stress of the disaster that is his personal life and all of his failings, it comes crashing down on him, and eventually he breaks. It's tough.
It's been a rough day. Okay. Let's
He's
see.
actually
Those are
crying
real
over a
tears,
dead
yeah.
bird.
Well,
You
when we
know,
make
he looks-
the treehouse, we can call it
Yeah, he
Troll's
looks
Bank.
very,
But I need to
sad.
kill some more skeletons at night to get more bones so that we can make more bone meal, so that then we can make the
I
second
can't believe
tree
a
grow.
42-year-old man
So-
is playing Minecraft. My 9-year-old
Ugh.
plays Minecraft.
Okay.
10-year-old, sorry.
By the way, yeah, his
Who
rough
watches
day.
this shit.
By the way, his
always
rough
building
day
something
that
in there, I don't
apparently
know.
led to this breakdown over a digital bird dying was that he couldn't get GTA 4 mod to work, and he was unable to order
That's
the pickle
fair,
meal that he
broken hip.
wanted on DoorDash.
Stop.
I'm not kidding.
That's what he's crying
fucked.
about. He couldn't get a pickle meal.
Oh yeah.
Actually, he's wiping
Anyway.
actual
He's
tears.
wiping
Yeah,
tears
no, he
away.
was
What a
crying, for real.
loser. Cried over a fucking digital bird.
Wait,
What to do now? Because we have to wait till night to fight skeletons.
he's having a tough time.
We can
bro.
breed.
Okay, is it a sticker? Where's the 10 subs for this to be a sticker? If not, it's all right. We have a lot of Phil.
We got a billion.
Oh
stickers.
man, that's funny.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, so
Yeah,
our
he
next
will.
clip here,
He'll point out that
we
I made him.
have
I
Phil.
laughed at him
This
crying.
is amazing. Let's just hit play.
All right.
There, excuse me. Axe.
Oop, that's the end of that one. Okay, we'll go to the next one. I got one more to share. Oh no, we just did that one. We did the bird, the King's Snake delusion, and his mental health.
Actually, him just
This is from Duty Streams. Be sure to go over there and subscribe. He clipped this.
okay, Phil.
It's fair
And the
use.
reality is, this part of this might be if Phil was actually intelligent, him baiting us to talk about him to keep him relevant and keep our viewership engaged. But the reality is Phil is too dumb to think like that. This
Yeah,
is just
too stupid.
actually him just seething, inventing, because he's been stewing about us for months. That's what it is.
Yes.
$2 says, was the king snake thing not true?
Oh no, we
I
did
have
this one already. Pork chop the bird, Celia his morals. Okay, yeah, then we've reached the end here. I didn't have very much time to gather more clips, but if somebody would like us to, I've still got a little more time to share. Maybe we'll go try to find. We'll go see if there's any updates. We can. Duty talked about his being gone, his disappearance, right? Breaking DSP emergency post letting the world know he can't stream. Let's wildly speculate. This is pretty interesting. There's got to be something going on if he didn't stream and beg for 2 days straight, right? There has to be. There has to be. 1 second. Got to get past the ads. Okay. We'll share this one. 1 second. There we go. So Duty is covering this DSP all due to unforeseen circumstances. I am unable to stream today. I have no estimate for when I will be able to stream again, so please stay tuned here for updates. I do hope to return as soon as possible, so stay tuned and thanks for understanding. They call me DSP. I'll check in on Twitter to see if he posted any updates.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Duty back again with another video, and it's been a while since your boy Duty has done a commentary style video or a podcast. And you know what? Duty had some time. It's about 8:30, almost 9 o'clock actually where I'm at. You guys know Duty's traveling. I'm out chilling in Spain with my creatures, having a ball, having a great time. But I saw
Yeah,
this,
no
you know what?
updates.
Let me post a video. Why not?
That
I
was
got 5
yesterday
minutes,
he
might as well do
posted
it. So,
that he couldn't
breaking
stream.
news real quick. Our boy Phil woke up this morning at 10:45. and posted this little note here letting
Tyrone
everyone
moved
know
in.
that
Yes,
he
Cat's
can't
boyfriend
stream and
Tyrone.
he's not
Yes.
sure when he'll be able to stream again, right? He posted on X and he said, all due to unforeseen circumstances, I'm unable to stream today. I have no estimate for when I'll be able to
His
stream
wife's
again, so
getting the
please stay tuned
BBC.
here for the updates.
That's exactly what
I do
happened.
hope to return
Tyrone
as soon
moved
as
in,
possible, so
and his
stay
wife's
tuned.
getting
Thanks for
the
understanding.
BBC.
So, people, of course, wonder, well,
Internet
what's going
out
on?
in Seattle for
One,
days.
he could be sick.
Yeah, Duty.
Well, if he was sick, he would tell everyone that he was sick. That's, you know,
Duty
pity
covers
bugs when
the
he comes
internet
back is
issue.
always great. So I don't think he's sick. 2, Cat is sick. I think if Cat would have been sick, he would have said, I have an emergency. He didn't say that, so I don't think it's that Cat is sick. The other thing that a lot of people have theorized is, could it be that he went to Seattle? We all know that he planned 2 days.
Oh, he finally went to visit his dying parents?
2-day vacation or time off this week.
Either
Did he actually
Tyrone
go
moved
all the
in
way
or
to
Cat
Connecticut
moved
to see
in
his
with
parents?
Tyrone.
Well, the best way to check would be
His
see
WWE Gotcha account
there
is
was a
still
delayed flight
active.
coming back.
Yeah, he doesn't miss a day
maybe
of
he
pulling
was scheduled
Hogan's.
to come back Sunday night or Monday morning, and it was delayed, and now
He
he
still
can't
has
fly.
time and money
Which
for
I don't think it is.
WWE.
See, a flight from Connecticut
Exactly.
to a straight flight from Connecticut to Seattle is about 8 or 9 hours, and then you got to take a look at the time differences and all that. It's a tasking flight, so I
He's
don't
in trouble
think it's
with
really
the
that
HOA.
bad. I think it's the most simple thing. I
HOAs
think
are
it's
terrible.
Comcast.
Bunch of Karens.
I think he's having a problem with Comcast. Now I went and I checked the Comcast outage, map on Xfinity, and I posted, of course, Phil's address, and I'm not going to show that here, but it said here, this popped up. Scheduled maintenance in your area is scheduled to start on 7/8, which is tomorrow, or at midnight. You may experience interruptions to all of your Comcast business services during this time. We apologize for any inconvenience and appreciate your patience.
Tyrone needs to
looks
be
like
there
there's supposed to be
24/7 to
some
make
work
sure the
happening
ceiling
late
fans
tonight
work.
at midnight. So what might be happening is Phil is down because they're prepping for the work, and maybe they shut it down. I'm not sure. Now, I
This is
find
the
it
closest
interesting
Cat
that
is
the
ever
note
going to
only
get to a
says
honeymoon.
business class. So as we know,
Tyrone
Phil,
is
of course, pays
romancing
extra
Cat
for the business
downstairs.
class because, of course, he's a business style individual and needs to pay extra money for internet because he thinks that, you know, if you're a business, you should have business internet. So we knew that a couple years ago he removed the second line, which was his personal line.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that, David. That's
so if he had his
crazy.
personal line, he might.
You know how
still
long
be
you
up.
have to
Well, who
ignore
the
a
hell
roof
knows?
problem for the roof
Anyway,
to finally
I
just
find
collapse?
it really odd. I mean, normally he would bitch and complain about Comcast, but he didn't mention that. He basically just said he's not going to be able to stream and he's not sure when he'll be back up. Now, again, like I said, I really think it is Comcast. Maybe this is Phil just trying to.
Oh, is that what it
not
is?
bitch
She
and
names him
complain because
Tyrone?
he knows that the tractors fun of him
Jeez.
because all he does is bitch and complain about shit that he can't.
Exactly.
You can't do anything about
Yes.
it. Well, technically, you could, Phil. You could have taken my advice that I gave you a few months ago, where I said,
All
"Why
right,
don't
thanks
you
for joining us,
diversify
Aaron."
your internet?" Because he did have 2 internets at one time. He was paying 2 bills, one for a personal line with Comcast, and then a business line.
Big girls need
I
love
said,
too,
why don't
Pimp.
you
Absolutely.
diversify it? Why don't you get, like, say, Fios or get, AT&T or something like that for your
Phil sleeps
internet,
downstairs
your
while
personal
Tyrone
internet
services
for,
the fans.
so that Cat can play Skyrim while you're working, and then a business line.
He went years
That
without
way,
visiting his
one of them
condo.
goes down,
Great idea.
you can hop on the other internet. You know what I mean? Like if your business line goes down, well, you should be okay. You could pop onto your Xfinity or T-Mobile, whatever. You know what I mean? And it would make sense. But of course, Phil doesn't think like that. It's too difficult to have 2 separate bills and pay 2 separate internets. If he would have had that, he would have been fine. I just find it really interesting that he's being vague here. I think one person is supposed to hear, "Oh, is he meeting with the lawyers?
Oh yeah, could
is
be.
he plotting the lawsuits, and that's why he's off today?"
Yeah, he's going to sue all the detractors.
He's trying to do an experiment where if if he's not streaming, detractors don't have any content.
Unforeseen
right?
circumstances are a detractor.
Some nonsense like that. Who the hell knows? I always find it comical because, of course, whenever it comes to Phil, you can always
Quick,
make
everyone,
fucking
donate more for him to never come
there's
back.
Tons of shit out there that you can make content. I'll give you an example. Today I posted a video
Jesus.
about the 10-year legacy, and it's doing very good for me. It's doing very good for Duty. So of course we have 7 years of content which we could pick apart and just have a blast with. And this is no different.
Yeah, Duty did a video about DSP's 10-year plan to like get out of debt. That didn't work out.
So you see, Phil, you know, you took off today, and I managed to pull out a video for myself.
Yeah,
anyway, I digress.
Phil
So,
can't compete
there are a
with
lot
the
of people here
BBC.
speculating.
Jimmy
You know, I don't know what it is. I'm gonna be.
Phil's
we
still
need to
logged
take-
into
oh, RG
WWE
By
Champions.
the
Of
way,
course he did.
RGDT85. He's a streamer on YouTube, and he actually blamed me getting him into the vortex. So again, my apologies. And then a couple people did speculate. I mean, pretty much the same thing I've been saying, where people just think that essentially his internet might be down, or he did go.
He doesn't have sperm. He just has dust. One moment. Unforeseen difficulties. Okay, 1 second here. I didn't mirror that one. Yeah.
He went to Connecticut. Connecticut is not something that you can fly out in 2 or 3 days. It's just too difficult. It takes you 1 full day to get there, and then
it's a
you're
long
going to be
flight.
there for another day with your family, and then it's going to take you a day to fly back. I mean, it doesn't make sense.
Probably
If you're gonna
nothing
go
or
down
next
there,
to
you might as well
nothing.
take a minimum 4 or 5 days, and that's not what Phil's doing here.
It is
Like I
funny
said,
that it happened
I
the
think
day
it's
after
Comcast.
Kino came back.
And,
Maybe he's
we'll
just
see,
crying.
because we know as soon as he gets back, if it's either
Yeah,
tonight or
maybe
tomorrow,
he's just crying,
he'll bitch and
so he
complain
can't
and-
stream
and-
'cause he's
and
crying.
He'll pull out his small little violin and complain how the world is unfair and how someone or something or some business hurt the hurt his business. If it is Comcast, you know he's gonna shit all over Comcast.
Yeah,
He's gonna talk
exactly.
about he had no other option, so he's stuck with Comcast. But of course, you know, they need to apologize to him. Definitely need to apologize to him and reimburse him with something. You know, that's what Phil's gonna say.
Exactly.
And all
yeah.
this to elicit pity donations from the Dents tomorrow.
Pity
Or the
donations,
next year,
absolutely.
whenever the hell he can sign back in. So yeah, I mean, that's really it. If we hear anything else, I'll make sure to post something. But at this point, right now, there's nothing else. I mean, I
He's
can check
definitely
his
going to be
channel.
begging hard when he
Let me
comes
check
back.
his
He
YouTube
lost 2
channel
days
and see if he's
begging.
posted something more interesting there. Let's see here. And then on DSP Gaming, what did he say on his post? Basically a cut and paste of what he said. Due to unforeseen circumstances, he's not sure when he's going to be able to stream it. And then
Got a gym membership. I doubt it.
yeah, I guess some of the dents came in and said something nice to him, or darn, or whatever. Who the hell knows?
Yeah, who knows?
So that's it, folks. I mean, I tried to see if we had anything else. Raw Field streaming, but he's streaming a Tekken thing. I don't think any of the re-streamers are streaming today. Actually, Alt might be streaming. So if you got nothing better to do,
Yeah, imagine that. Phil was just bitching that if he didn't make content, everybody would starve to death. And I don't know. I think the detractor channels are just fine. They just stream something old or, you know, shit on him for old videos.
you might want to go check out WPIG. Let's see if he's streaming. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, WPIG is on, so you can definitely check him out. You know he's going to give you some good content, something interesting, and I think they're looking at hyperfixating and wild speculations. Alrighty, folks, so that's all I have.
If it was
Hope you guys
Comcast,
enjoyed
he'd
the
just say
video,
that.
And hopefully,
Don't
we'll be
throw
back
pennies
soon
at him.
to, do a podcast
I did
and
that
do
through
some more
PayPal.
commentary-style videos. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out.
If you're a man who makes
Oh.
at least 150.
All right. Well, the ads are ridiculous. Don't throw pennies at him. I did that. Are you familiar with Robust Urban Garlic? He's one of the most high effort detractors I've ever seen. Yeah, I've seen some of his stuff. I believe so. I just tried to sign up for a gym membership like 2 days ago, and it said my email was already in use. Turns out I signed up 4 freaking years ago and forgot, and I've been paying them all this time. I paid for a gym membership for a year, like last year, and my wife just canceled it. She's like, you don't have time. You're not going to go. I'm like, you're right. Just cancel it. But luckily, I had one of those month-to-month that's easy to cancel. You know what I hate? When they try to rope you into some 5-year contract or some shit. Gyms are a scam. As Alt has said many times, if Phil disappeared today, he'd have years of back content to go through. Exactly. So it's not a big deal, right? I decided just to get caught up while he's gone. That's what I thought was a good idea. We'll take a moment to check in with the PayPal pledges and the Buy Me a Coffee and things like that, and the Kick support. Still withholding over on Kick, but that's okay. We thank you for the recent support. So thank you all for your kindness, generosity, and support recently. I'm not going to be Phil and complain. It's low support. What happened, right? We want to thank Initial CW for a $100 PayPal pledge. Very, very kind and generous of you. Initials CW. You didn't add a note, so I don't know your chat room user ID. But thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support. A $100 PayPal pledge. Very, very kind and generous of you.
Dude, I'm going to make so much money. This is insane.
All right, friends. Yeah, we'll call this a quick one, I guess. There are tomes of Phil Arcana to peruse years after he goes away. Yeah. I should watch the video of DSP making a taco. All right, we'll do that before we get out of here. How the hell do I find that? DarkSidePhil makes a taco? We'll try to search for it. DarkSidePhil makes a taco. DSP tries fishy. DSP fails it. Tacos. All right, we'll see if we can't. We'll see if we can't play that one. DSP fails it. Tacos. Thank you, Moth Loves Detracting. Since you're such a big supporter, I will do that just for you. We'll go through DSP failing at tacos. And then we'll call it a day. Trolly Troll with another one for the goal. Thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support.
Why did I spend the money? So just why did I spend all that money? Because I'm going to get more. Trust me. I know I'm going to get more. I know I'm going to get more money. You don't have to worry about it.
Loved hearing about the 4th of July fishing derby. Would love to see some photos. I'll put some on my Twitter later just for you, Trolly Troll. For those unaware, every year at my cabin in the Poconos, we have a family fishing tournament. And right now, my wife is in the lead. She caught 3 fish, and my son is second place. He caught 2 fish, and I only caught a turtle, a painter turtle, like a water turtle. So I'm 0. I got nothing. And but I'm hoping to make up for that this weekend, Trolly Troll. And I'll post some of the pictures on my Twitter. David D. Davidson with one for the goal. Says, Suffa DSP. Yes.
Without going into specifics yet again, yeah, I have no money. I'm being honest here. I have no money right now.
Ha! Thank you, David Davidson. Now I have some money thanks to your kindness, generosity, and support, right? I think him dumping grease in the toilet and the FF13 unboxing video are my favorites. I love that grease video. I play it here a lot. All right, DSP fails at tacos.
What is up, everyone? It's DSP, and welcome to another episode of Classic Chopped Tomatoes. But I think it's
Why is there so much water in it? Why is there so much water in it?
Meal, and you can basically feed a family. Yeah, right. And that would be goddamn salty tacos.
Goddamn salty
you can make tacos with basic turkey, lettuce, or you can make tacos with chicken. No matter what you do, it's pretty much the same recipe. Obviously, this is way too much for me for one meal.
You don't make tacos with chicken. You don't make tacos with ground turkey. I've had them. There's a discount supermarket near me, and they sell very cheap ground turkey that's pre-taco seasoned. We tried that a few times. I just prefer the beef. I've also eaten tacos made with venison meat, which is actually a good use for venison meat, because venison meat tends to be a little gamey, but if you put all that spice on it, you don't even know that it's not beef, really. You
all right. Roughly cook up.
I think most people, I could feed you a venison taco and you wouldn't know it wasn't beef because the spice hides it, the gaminess, I think.
What do you need to make tacos? Well, 40% less sodium. Now, your shells, there's a lot of variety of shells. You're going to find soft tacos. You're going to find hard tacos. You're going to find
Well, he uses this. I will say this: he uses the same taco shells I use. I like those because they have a flat bottom. I hate regular taco shells because you can, too close together, and after you cook them, you can't get the stuff in there. Those are bigger and they stay upright so that you can build the tacos easier. So that he did right.
You can put all your ingredients in them, and as you see, they actually stand up. They don't fall over and make a mess. So you could, if you like, you could cut your own chopped tomatoes. Personally, myself, I make it easy. I'm the kind of guy I just go to the store and pick it up. And in addition to that, obviously, I can put shredded lettuce in a pan or fillet. I said, well, I'm not going to put that, and I'll have to leave that out, unfortunately. So, whoops.
He doesn't have lettuce. He can't afford lettuce for his tacos.
You're going to take the meat, and you're going to start to brown the meat, which is super simple. You can either butter the pan.
Oh, this is a great edit.
I like pan because it could have diseases.
Woo. You don't need. He's a fucking moron. If you're frying ground meat, it's got its own fat. You don't need to butter the pan or pan the pan.
Yeah, you don't want to end up getting some nasty thing. So we're gonna go ahead and get that in there.
Very appetizing.
The goal is to get the beef into small pieces, okay?
Very
This thing's died like
appetizing.
4 times already, so figure that one out. All right. I just got some beef on my hand. Whoops. I'm immediately gonna wash my hands. Our goal is to take this wooden spoon and cut up this meat into
Very
small
appetizing.
pieces, okay? Itty bitty pieces.
So very appetizing.
Chop, 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 chop. Like, oh, smashing it like an asshole. You will damage the pan. As you can see,
Oh my god.
it's clumpy, and you get a little left-handed action. If you're right-handed like me and your hand gets tired, you can switch it up. We need to basically make this meat brown. As it dries out, we need to get all the
Sneedberger
excess juice,
syndrome.
which is pretty much the fat liquid.
With 2 says picking up the slack for the kick chat. Haha, stop withholding. Yeah, come on, kick chatters. Yeah.
The dollar signs are too powerful for a lot of people, man.
Haha, thank you, Sneedberger syndrome. Very much appreciate it. I'm glad you told me about this video. This is pretty good. Cooking with the king.
The meat obviously is going to want to get out of the pan too, but that's okay. We're going to handle it. Very slowly brown. Whoop, I'm short. So we've got our taco mix, and what we're going to do is try to get this open without making a mess.
My god, this guy is helpless.
Oh, and there it goes. I knew it. I knew it was stuck at the top.
Totally helpless.
I'm on about my floor now, which I'm not too happy about. Whoops. This means it's time to move the meat again. And this, of course, is exactly what they do at Taco Bell when they make tacos. So you're going to want to move it around as much as you can. Maybe start moving and flipping it if you can to get the red at the bottom. Optionally, you can take a couple shots of tequila while you're doing this.
Oh my god.
All right, we're browning nicely here. Cheese red sprinkling, which doesn't want to open.
What the hell kind of cheese is he using? It's white.
And as I said, take a look. There's now juices in the pan, as I predicted would happen. The fat melting.
So appetizing.
Some of the moistness leaving the meat.
Moistness.
Good.
DarkSidePhil said moistness.
As you can see, what's happening now is as I'm smashing it, it's actually becoming giant clumps in your taco. It's not acceptable. Chop, 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 chop.
My god.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna take this over to the sink and drain it as much as we can, which is gonna be tricky.
Drain it.
Oh, a little bit of meat fell in there. 2/3 of a cup of water.
He got his hand tired from browning meat.
Okay.
Brown and robust. No, you do that before it goes in.
It's okay that it's now wet. It's supposed to be. It's going to become a meat mixture with the sauce.
What do you guys use?
It's going
Flour
to be a little on the wet
tortillas?
side, but that's okay.
Aaron?
Distribute the sauce evenly. Woo! As you see, it is boiled.
You know what I do, Aaron, is a lot of times we don't use, we very rarely will have the hard shell tacos. More often than not, we use flour tortillas, and I just fry them in a little bit of oil right before you make the tacos. I like that personally.
Boiling, which is perfect. This is going to allow this to soak into the meat, and it's going to become a tasty mixture. This is no longer just ground beef, okay? This is now our special Mexican dish. It's that simple. And we want to get it...
How much water did he put in that?
Consistency a little bit less wet than sloppy, making it basically a moist meat mixture.
Moist meat.
Sorry, I just sprayed out my sink. I do want a little bit more of this juice. It's not even boiling anymore. It's taco meat. Taco. We're gonna scoot that over here to our tacos.
This is
load
gross.
up our tacos with the taco meat. Go ahead and grab some of that meat. Should be the first thing that goes in any taco shell is the taco meat. We're gonna really load these guys up. We got one taco that refuses to stand, but as you see, they actually stand up. They don't fall over and make a mess. So,
my God.
It's a little lopsided taco there. We're gonna obviously add some other ingredients. So let's go ahead and add a little bit of salsa to each taco. I do like a little bit of spice, but I don't like hot. I think hot is, it's too much about the sodium. A little bit too much in that one, but oh well. Yeah, let's do some sour cream. What the hell? Here you go, some sour cream. Some people will overload it. Globs. Just sprinkle that right on top.
No lettuce?
As much as you
Guy
like.
can't afford lettuce?
Once you have each ingredient in there, stick a toothpick through it this way, and then maybe stick a toothpick through it the other way, make like an X of toothpicks. And being that I live alone, you know, it's not going to be like someone else is going to run in here and start eating them, so.
DSP fails at baking. Well, maybe...
YouTube Premium.
One second. Let's check that one out as well. One second. Get through the ads. That's interesting. DSP actually used to take a vacation. He says, I am currently on vacation. I have scheduled some edits to upload whilst I'm away. Normal videos will... Oh, this is DSP fails it, not DSP. Yeah, DSP doesn't take actual vacations. That would require him to leave his house, right?
What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna whip up a couple of 6 pieces of white bread. I'm gonna make a fucking huge mess. Yep, I fucked up already. This is gonna go down the pooper. Bacon.
Oh, that's where that's when he started dumping grease down the toilet, when he was making bacon.
White eggs, bacon.
You don't dump bacon grease down the toilet, you fucking moron.
Per sandwich, bread, and bread, you know, American cheese. Butter your pans. I'm in a hurry. I'm a gamer. I use the natural shit.
I cook bacon in the air fryer now.
That shit. Get that shit out of the way. Let's get these bread toasting. Blah.
Comes out perfect.
Toasting. Honestly, the other day I fried some bacon. I threw it on there too early. All the alarms went off. All the fire alarms, and it wasn't too pretty. Bacon.
What a fucking moron.
Bacon is gonna have a shitload of fatty bacon, which I'm kind of pissed off about. Ugh. Oh my god, the bacon's not even coming apart. That is really fatty bacon. Holy shit. Bacon. Super fatty bacon right now. 2 to 3 pieces of bacon. This bacon is gigantic. 2 pieces of bacon. That's the biggest pan I have, which is why I put in the bacon in it.
It's amazing this guy survived bachelorhood without starving to death.
Long bacon. Now I'm really pissed.
I don't know. I was a starving artist, so I got really good at cooking.
I'll wiggle the shit out of that. Come on. Cooked bacon is pretty bacon. Cooked bacon is pretty bacon. Cooked bacon is pretty bacon.
Pretty bacon.
Burn my fucking hands off. The raw bacon. This is... How do you store raw bacon? You put it in a jar. Pop in the next batch. Toast it. Cracking the egg. Bam. Come on. How do you crack an egg? Yep, I fucked up already. Here are my eggs.
He can't even crack an egg. He can't cook eggs? Like, come on, man. That's crazy. Like, how hard is it? Era is here with one for the goal, saying, reminder, this is a man who can't chop onions or garlic. Added 2 cups of sugar to tomato sauce and somehow cannot make instant cup of noodles properly. Well, in his defense, you know, he is a fucking moron.
I have no money. Why would you give that man money?
Thank you, Era, for your kindness, generosity, and support. Much, much appreciated. And here we're kind of going into overtime. I could crack an egg when I was a 5-year-old, says Eagle Eric VA. You are correct, sir. I think most kids can do that, right? How can he not do that is the question.
I love runny egg, amalgamating into one big egg. I usually cook them. Oh, my toast just popped. This egg got out of hand. Bam, bam, toast. My fucking toaster just does not want to work. Jesus Christ. Alright, so our bacon looks horrible. It looks
The guy can't work a fucking toaster.
disgusting. Whoops. Whoops. Ah, shit. That was a massive failure. I'm a gamer. One fucking whoops. Put cheese on your eggs. That's how you do it. All the bread is now stuck to my fucking hand, so that doesn't help. Bacon
You can't make
bacon
toast.
actually needs to be flipped right the fuck down. This one is all fucked up. That's gonna be burnt. This is what happens. Oh, that bacon's fucking destroyed. It's in a sea of fucking fat, which is disgusting.
How can you not be able to cook bacon? Like,
Start migrating the eggs over to the plate. Whoops. I'm not that smart. All right. Egg number 1. Bam. Egg number 2. Bam. Egg number 3. Bam. Eggs are on the sandwiches. We're gonna get the bacon the fuck out of the way here. Look at this burnt ass fucking bacon. You have to shake it. You have to get the excess grease off of it. Oh, wiggle the shit out of it. You slap it
wiggle
down
the
on plate,
shit
you
out
slap
of
it
it.
around a little bit. Bam.
Oh my
I'm an
God.
asshole. This piece barely cooked. Oh shit, my stove is still on. I'm an asshole.
And this, my friends, is why he door dashes every fucking day, because he can't cook to save his life.
All right. The bacon, as you can see, is going ape shit right now. There's a shitload of grease in this pan right now. It's pretty nasty looking. It's not exactly the prettiest bacon on the planet.
Yeah,
but it
well,
looks
I
horrible.
save the bacon grease for other
What
stuff.
the fuck do
too,
you
yeah.
do with it? You look like a moron. Store it for a while. And use it for other things. The kitchen sink clogs all the time.
King-
6 times a day. Unfortunately,
Dave
there's nothing
to
else I
review
can do
this.
with this.
Oh, right in the toilet.
Fucking
Oh,
potatoes. Oh, that looks delightful, doesn't it?
why
When I
is he
fry-
putting it in the
Oh, I can't
toilet?
clean
No
the
wonder
pan.
his
Well, that's 'cause
toilets
you're
are
an idiot.
broken.
Where I live, the climate is temperate, but if you live in like a cold or hot area, you might break the fucking pan. But anyway, I have a dishwasher, and unfortunately it does not clean. It wasn't able to multitask, and the cheese has burned on the edges. The cheese burned on the edges. The eggs look actually fine. We're gonna put 2 pieces
said
of
he kept
bacon on
clogging
each
his
sandwich. Yeah, you can cook the bacon however you like. Some
The
people like
bacon
crispy
has no
bacon, some people like really
instructions.
fatty, burnt ass fucking bacon.
I know my
It's a
wife
sea
will
of
kill
fucking
me
fat.
if I dumped bacon grease or any kind of grease in the toilet, she would murder me.
Oh, my fucking bread
Rebel
just
soul.
hit the floor. God damn it. You can't have bread on the goddamn
Save it
floor.
for
At least I
cooking,
know my
yeah.
floor is clean so I can pick the bread up.
His IQ is like 70. Yeah,
Raw
he's
bacon
kind of
does not
borderline
taste that good.
retarded.
Depends on what kind of
the
bacon
real
you're
grease.
eating. Within
For
17
sure.
minutes, I made 3 bacon, egg, and cheese sandwiches and pretty much have cleaned up most of the mess. The only other thing, obviously, this is disgusting. I'm gonna devour these sandwiches, and that was DSP's gamer food. This is gonna fuel me to 5 billion
couldn't
calories.
toast
I'm
the
sure everyone's
bread?
gonna say, "Oh my god,
His toaster
bacon
was
and
broken?
cheese and eggs."
The
Yeah,
bread
well,
isn't
I-
even
I-
toasted. What a loser.
Usually I don't
right?
use bread. And send me your negative comments. Thanks. You need these guys. Duh. Don't be an asshole. You look stupid.
Oh.
Hey everyone, big heads up. David Ollie from
You look stupid. 1 second. Oh, that was the end. So the guy can't figure out how to make a sandwich. He can't toast bread. Like, he can't work gamer food. No, he didn't. My parents taught me how to dispose of bacon grease. My wife is a slave. I know how y'all get down with pork. I don't know about that. Yeah. Yeah. So I think we've done our due diligence. We're a little bit shy of 2 hours, so we're going to call it a night. But I will be back tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. No place I would rather be. Hope you'll be here with me. Tomorrow I got a special show planned. It's going to be interesting, right? Let's just put it that way. But
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
yes. Yes. It's interesting to see how Russell Crowe went from so buff in that role to now he's kind of just like, I'm old and fat now. It's okay. I have one more thing to share for the kick chatters, right? I'm not going to complain and bitch and cry and beg for kick support, but I have an expert to do that for me.
Welcome to the Internet Insanity Circus. Welcome. Welcome to the Internet Insanity Circus. Listen, you broke motherfuckers, we have to hit the fucking goal today. So get your fucking wallets out, you bunch of fucking leeches. Let's get some support. Let's get some kick subscribers. Let's get some gifted subs. We need some fucking subs to hit the almighty goal. God bless the goal. If we hit 50 more goals, I'll stuff my face with shitty fast food, and you get to watch it all. How's that for a reward, you fucking morons? Here at the Internet Insanity Circus, we aren't eating lunch meat sandwiches. We need cash for some crazy expensive DoorDash meals. DoorDash delivers motherfuckers, so you better deliver those donations right into our pockets, bitches. This has been the lowest supported show so far. Too many broke motherfuckers in this audience. Don't you want to see us hit the fucking goal tonight? Let's go. Let's get some support. We need some sub bombs dropping right now. Let's not wait. Stop holding back, you cheap fucking assholes. We need the support now. The stream may be ending soon.
That's right.
This is your last chance to support the stream.
Get out your wallet.
Let's go. We need support now. Stop holding back. Let's do it. Let's hit the goal right now, and we can just enjoy the rest of the show.
That is right. I'm not going to beg. I have a totally expert beggar to do it for me. And yeah, Aaron, Slavic, I guess you meant. You meant Slav, not slave. Yeah, calling your wife a slave is generally a bad idea. I wouldn't do it. My wife is the vengeful type too, so like I got to be very careful with what I say. I don't want to get murdered in my sleep, right? So we've done our due diligence. I'm going to bounce on out of here, friends. I want to thank each and every one of you supporters. I want to thank you kind and generous Patreon supporters, YouTube channel members, Kick subscribers, people gifting Kick subs, people gifting YouTube channel memberships, people sending super chats or super stickers or, hey, super thanks. Did you know? Even if you're watching a replay, you can hit that thanks button and a couple bucks in our hat. And thanks to you channel members as well. Big ups, big support. Eastern Ukrainian Slav, not slave. Yeah, that's a big, big difference, Aaron. Yeah, I love Slavic women. I think they're, I'm Polish, and man, I grew up in a Polish neighborhood, and some of those beautiful blonde-haired, blue-eyed Polish girls, Jesus Christ, like God bless them. My wife is kind of one of them, but she's a mix of all different things, German, Polish, and a bunch of other stuff. I guess you could consider her Slavic. I don't know. Thanks for the stream, says Bro Cirrus. Good to see you here, Bro Cirrus. Welcome. So we've done our due diligence. I'll be back tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern. Oh, I forgot one more funny bit.
This is a pig.
The game blatantly cheated.
Ha ha! Suffer. Oh, yeah.
Suffer, Phil. Suffer.
Ah, I love it. All right, we're going to bounce on out of here. But I will be back tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So, yeah, please be here with me. I will be back. But for now, that's all I got for you. Until next time, friends, my name is Steve Cambian. Good night, and God bless all of you.
DarkSidePhil is begging today. He needs your tips and you must pay. DarkSidePhil, he's begging tonight. He needs your cash, it's just not right. He begs for money night and day. For all of the games he wants to play. Must hit the goal or he don't win. He needs the cash to pay for gin. DarkSidePhil is begging today. He needs your tips and you must pay. DarkSidePhil, he's begging tonight. He needs your cash.
true. Tune in and watch your sad decline. No money, honey, watch him whine. Whine. Yes, they do. He'll hit his goal, even if that's true. Tune in and watch your sad decline. No money, honey, watch him whine. Watch him whine. DarkSidePhil is begging today. He needs your tips and you must pay. DarkSidePhil, he's begging tonight. He needs your cash, just not right.